Oh, we back, baby. The return of the franchise. The internationally known show with an attitude that don't compromise. We've always been controversial because that's what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, T1 to TC coming at you. What's up, and good evening to you. This is Todd Orner from the Toddcast coming at you from the great state of PA, Central PA to be exact. My name is Todd Orndorff. I'll be your party host with this evening. And as you can see or hear, that right now I have two guests with me this week. The past couple of weeks I've had Shiner from the Titty and Shiner Show. Awesome listens. If you have yet to listen to those, check them out. You will laugh like crazy. But today, really special guest for me. You guys have heard me talk about Reload Rub for a really long time, 8 years to be exact now it's 2024. And I just happen to have Joel, and I was going to say Stacy, but one of the things that I went back and did these past couple hours and past 2 or 3 days or so was I went back and listened to my appearance on the Reload Rub podcast that they have. And instead of Stacy, I feel like, because I was listening to a couple of things, and Stacy was, I think she was known as Stryker at one point in her life. So we're gonna listen to Joel and Stryker, aka Miss Stacy. How are you guys?
We're good,
Doing
man.
pretty good.
Thanks for having us on, buddy.
I can't believe you remember that. I couldn't even remember what you were gonna pull out. I thought, oh Lord.
I never forgot it, but like honestly, that appearance, episode 3, by the way, of the Reload podcast was my appearance. And if you listen to it, that is actually still to this date. It's been 6 years since that happened. That happened in February of 2018. And to date, that's one of my greatest moments of my life. And for the first time, I got to share a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I got to legitimately tell a story that I was always, borderline afraid to talk about or whatever. But it happened with you guys, and I'm extremely thankful for that. And in that, I learned that Stacy was at one point known as Stryker.
Right, baby.
We're gonna have to reenact Stryker.
But you know what? I forgot how many episodes that we had put out on the podcast as of present, over 100 and something.
Yeah.
And that was one of our top 5 most listened to podcasts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great
Everybody
episode.
loved it.
And a little background, people that are listening and watching, is that Stryker was Stacy's amateur wrestling persona. That was, she was one of the ring. Were you a ring girl? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I was. Escorted a guy in.
So you were like a valet, is what they're called.
Escorted, but had the military get up, black tank top and military hat and military, camo pants, and went in there and then got to be a part of
looking hot AF.
Fight. When he was down in the dumps and he was getting hurt and oh man, it was struggling.
Get up,
Stryker came out.
I love you.
I almost, because you mentioned about I think it was a black shirt, camo pants or whatever. I almost threw on my camo shorts, put on a black shirt, and it was gonna come on as Stryker. So, January of last year, I had on a 2-time WWF Tag Team Champion, and we had an awesome conversation. Henry Godwin from the Godwins.
Yeah.
And so he used to wear overalls, and he used to wear John Deere hat and all this other stuff. He was a hog farmer, right? He's a legitimate hog farmer, which is really cool. But so I had all that stuff on, and I had on a zip hoodie, I think, of the podcast that we have. And halfway through, I just started undress, and I was dressed just like him and everything. I never said a word. So I almost did that for Stryker too.
That's awesome.
You should have, man.
I'm good with it.
Oh, you are.
Real quick, you guys have been on the show before, and I don't know if you do remember, but Joel actually just reminded me. I haven't got there yet, but do we have any credential checks? I think I see one over there.
I told Stacy that you were going to check our credentials. So
that's one of the roles.
That's right.
You go
first.
Been a bit for me.
You go first.
So my credentials today are Angel's Envy Finished Rye, and it's a special bottle to me. It actually was the gateway into me starting to like bourbon, and so we're bringing it back.
That's right. That's right.
What you got, stud?
I got two credentials because I don't know how long this podcast is going to be. So I got two right here. First credential is a cocktail that I think I have is a signature cocktail of mine. I call it an Annie Oakley. And it's in honor of my wife's aunt who introduced me to this chocolate whiskey. And I started pouring this chocolate whiskey. It's a 60 proof chocolate whiskey that I started pouring into my bourbon straight. And then I'm like, you know what? That'd make a great old fashioned. So taking all the aspects of an old fashioned, your Luxardo cherry, your orange, a little bit of bitter, and then putting in 2 to 2.5 ounces of your favorite bourbon, and then an ounce or ounce and a half, depending on how chocolatey you want it, of the chocolate whiskey. And you have yourself an Annie Oakley.
Oh man. Oh man.
It's good, but
what about you?
What you got, baby?
Before I got Jim Beam tonight. That's what I'm doing. you guys got this fancy stuff. I'm going old school backwoods at the moment.
That's right.
But before I actually hold mine up and show you, Joel, I'm gonna need you to hold up your other glass.
Oh, I got you. This one?
Yeah, this one.
Yes, sir.
Right there it is, folks. If you can see it. Boom. That's right. So
I did it.
He's got the podcast Glenn here.
I've got the reload one.
That's right. Signature.
This what happens every now and then. I'm just decked out in reload all the time. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, you can see right now that Stacy and I have the same sweatshirt on. And I'm starting to think that people around my hometown, guys, like it's a really small town, about 6,000 people. I'm starting to think they think I'm a bum because I wear this sweatshirt literally almost every single day. It's the only color
to keep you warm.
Yes, right now it's Northeast. We need to do that, but like it's the only color I got, but it's so freaking comfy. So this is the one I'm just rocking almost every day. So
it's one of my favorites. I mean, it is so comfortable.
I think you look particularly attractive in that, Todd. I'm just going to say a little, I mean, like more than most.
I mean, thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir. Thank you, sir. It's the gear. It's the hat, it's all right.
The whole ensemble just really getting it going.
That's right. I'm just going to be a reload model for this show.
I love it. Let's go. Chick chink. Hey,
yeah.
Take a picture with my eyes.
So how you guys been? It's been a while,
We've been good, man. We've been good. I didn't know who was going first. No, it's been it's been a blessed, wonderful past few years. God's been really good to us. We are blessed more than we deserve. Business is good, kids are good, family's good.
Kids keep us busy.
Yes, they do. I don't
yes, they do.
Yeah. There's just not a lot to complain about.
That's awesome.
No, things are going really well, man. I appreciate you asking.
That's awesome. Speaking of kids, I just got off the phone with my baby girl right before we got on here.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Lola May, guess who I'm having on my show tonight? And she said, who? And I said, do you remember our vacation down to Tennessee? And we went to Joel and Stacy's house, like the people from Reload. Yeah, Dad, I do. And I said, do you have anything that you want me to ask them since you know them? When can we come down again? Because playing with your kids was really fun. That's
anytime.
They had such a great time.
So that was from Miss Lola May.
That's you tell her we said, hey, we'll have some of them Sue Bear cookies waiting on her when she gets down here.
Absolutely. So for people that don't know, 2 years ago, I took my baby girl on a vacation down south because I love the South. I think you guys are like literally in the greatest freaking like region of the U.S. I love the South. I really do. Yeah. Life is a lot slower down there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Stacy, I know that you are from New York, but like being a Northeasterner myself, if I was down, I just feel like life would be like just. I don't even know how to say it. I love every time I go down there because it's like everybody's chill, everybody's nice, nobody's like trying to like bob and weave around you on every street corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it down there. Yeah, I don't blame you.
this is the third state that I've lived in, and I would never want to leave. Like, it's just incredible. You get the big city, you get a lot of culture, you've got great food scene, great brewery scenes.
Yeah.
But then you get the mountains, and we're just 2 minutes from the lake,
and the lake and the river.
Lake and
Right.
hikes and trails and mountains, and it's just beautiful. You get a spring, you get, we got a winter. We just got over having 9 inches of snow, which is huge for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a little bit of everything, and I mean, I love it.
But at the same time, like, me being born and raised in the South and very partial to the South, I have experienced the other culture, and especially going up and meeting her family up in upstate New York. That to me, when you get outside of the city areas, when you get in some of the rural areas of some of those states, those northern states, they're not much different than down here.
Yeah.
They may talk a little different, address you a little different, but the overall lifestyle is not that much different. It's giving, loving people who just are living life, man.
I think my perception of all of that stuff is because, I've spent a lot of time in some big cities in New York. I lived in Baltimore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the cities.
Yes. I legitimately spent years in these places, and then all of a sudden, it's like here where I'm at. I got elk 35 minutes from my front freaking door. I got mountains all over me. I got a big mountain right out back right now. It's so much like that's. But like it's still fast here, and that's one of the things that I just like about the South is it's just a little bit slower.
I'll slow it down.
Yeah, I will say a big difference is if you in the South, and I don't know about the out west or anything, but versus up north is here. You're driving down the road or you're walking down the road and you wave at anybody, they're waving back.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen.
I know. You go up north all the time. They're like, why is this person waving at me? I don't know them.
Why do they keep talking to me?
Why are they even looking at me?
Right.
Why are they asking me how I'm doing? That kind of stuff.
Right. So
it's culture, man.
What would it be? 2 weeks ago now, maybe. So I had to take this little road trip. Okay. I had to drive to New York City. And I had to pick up this piece of really, really expensive sports memorabilia that my family has. We got it authenticated, and it was like it's as precious. Honestly, on my drive home, I felt like I was 10 and 2. Like I had like Lola was just born again. Like I was freaking out because I had something like this in the back seat. But like talk about like if people not waving back at you and such, where I had to go, I never had to do this in my life. I had to drive through the heart of Times Square. I've never in my life had to do that. I don't mind driving in cities. I've done it for a long time, but driving through Times Square, you can beep the horn at people. It's green. People are running in front of you. It's.
No one cares.
I would panic.
Nobody. Yeah, I did. Yeah. And like normally I'm okay with stuff like that, but like that's like a whole nother world.
Yeah. Dude, I can't even imagine.
Take me back to the country.
I was on I was on the University of Tennessee's campus today, and I guess in between classes, and there was students going everywhere, and that was enough for me. I'm like I'm like any minute one of these jabronis is going to walk out in front of me and I'm going to splat them. Because they're not watching the crosswalks, they're just going, man, and they want you to wait for them.
Absolutely, but
take me out.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, these are the owners of Reload Rub and Seasoning who I've talked about openly a lot. How much I legitimately love the product, not just because I'm friends with you guys, I legitimately do, and I do have a problem. First, it's not the blackout because I love that. It's not the house divided because I love that. This right here is an absolute game changer. The ballistic is unreal. That's my second. That's my second one. The first one's already gone. Packing heat, got to be careful. Really good. Another one there. Fully Loaded, phenomenal. Ask Johnny Simo what he thinks of Fully Loaded.
Oh, I know that man is an OG through and through.
Yes,
he loves Fully Loaded.
He does. Full Metal Jacket, phenomenal. But my biggest problem, the one that I use more than anything in the world, this little freaking tank of mine is like right here, and I have yet to make an order because I'm so busy. Double Action. I don't know if you guys saw. Over the weekend, I had so me and Lola, like every Friday night, have a daddy-daughter movie night. Okay. And beautiful. For like 5 weeks in a row, it has to be Johnny Depp's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. 5 weeks in a row.
Ironic.
What?
Well, we'll go back. We'll go back to that.
Okay. Literally, I had to buy it. My mom had to buy it. Her mom bought it. Like it has to be in every household on demand at any time, right? I don't know where the kick came from, but
that's weird.
It is weird, right?
No, it's not. Not that's weird. We are experiencing the Wonka movie in our household as well.
Via the kids?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Dude, my oldest wanted to watch the original.
The 1971.
The 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We let him watch it, and he loved every second of it, man. And he's
hee-hawing over it.
I'm watching this as an adult.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, Willy Wonka going when a kid's like screwing up and about to fall into a chocolate river. He's
drown
like,
to death.
"Oh no, come back. Don't do it." I never caught on to those little subtle
right.
things. Oh, will somebody make him stop? It's like I never saw those subtle things that he did in the movie that was so hilarious. And even like the little puns in the beginning, like so well done.
Yeah.
And to this day, I've seen the second or the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it doesn't hold a candle to the OG, in my opinion.
Well, what sequel really ever does of some sort? No.
Yeah.
Well, actually, she saw the first one. She was like spooked by it, but she wasn't spooked by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which kind of creeps me out a little bit.
Freaking creepy.
They are.
Joel looked at me and he goes, "This could be a horror film."
Yeah. Like it could be the Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory could be a pseudo horror film if they just threw in a few slasher killings in there. Is that sick? I thought of that. I don't know.
I thought it
but
too.
I did. I'm watching this crazy chocolate guy. He's luring the kids in, and they get instead of just getting sucked up into the chocolate tube, maybe they.
Well, it kind of reminds me of It's a Small World at Disney World, like that ride. When
that's a creepy ride.
When all the Oompa Loompas are singing. Anyways,
isn't that like is there something going on that we don't know that like kids are experiencing that make them want to watch this right now?
It's the government.
Well, the new Wonka movie, which is the backstory. What? Don't get him started. Don't.
I won't go down the rabbit hole, sir. But yes, I think that's what it is. It's the new Wonka movie, which is like what do you call it when it's not a sequel? It's a prequel. to the other movies. It's how Willy Wonka became Willy Wonka.
But back to the double action.
Yes.
Yeah, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, back to your guys' stuff since you're on here.
Mm-hmm.
So our movie nights are usually, like I'll grab some like Middlesworth kettle cooked barbecue, which I brought you guys. But we wanted some veggies, and so we hacked up some green peppers, some carrots. My face hacked totally. Knife wasn't too sharp. Hacked it. But as I've told you guys before and everybody else, my favorite snack in the world, still to this day, is Double Action on cucumbers. And baby girl actually requests it now, so that's good. So you guys got a future customer. As soon as she starts getting a job and making some money.
That's right.
Yep.
You guys got a future customer in here, but my reload is always my Double Action is always the first one to go. It's my favorite thing that you guys have ever made.
I'm so glad you like it. You can take carrots. Like some people will take baby carrots or just, cut up carrots while they're still, raw and kind of wet and coat those in the ballistic. And you said you like the ballistic.
Ooh.
So good.
My favorite thing with the ballistic, honestly, is green beans.
Yum.
Green beans and bacon. Um, I'm just, oh, dude, like a little bit of soy in there, just to get it coated and stuff. Some soy, some green beans, some bacon, and at my old job, I used to cook for the guys every single day. Every single day, it was like our lunch break was a half hour, right? But mine was always like an hour and a half because I was the cook. So I literally cooked every day. Thank you for the paychecks I got. But dude, from that, I know you guys got 3 customers out of that, which is awesome. I literally had your stuff right on my desk at work every single day. Every single day, and I would use it. And yeah, it's literally if I didn't know you guys and I tried this, I'd still be like, listen, you guys need to get this stuff. It's that good.
Well, it's the methamphetamines we put in every batch.
That's methed up. But no, if you guys have not done the green beans with ballistic and bacon and soy, please try it. It's really good.
I'll try that.
Well, I'll tell you, our everything bagel blend, she tirelessly toiled over it. The ballistic blend.
Yeah.
She researched and made batches and batches and tested and compared and contrasted. She took all the best ones she knew and was comparing it to everything she was making. She worked really hard on that ballistic blend and
to make it unique.
Well, because
it's not like the others.
Every blend we put out, we don't want it to be a run-of-the-mill blend. Our charcoal blend is not your run-of-the-mill charcoal blend. Our steak blend is not the run-of-the-mill. Everything we do, we have a unique touch into the seasoning that makes it just a little bit different than its competitors or ones that are similar to it.
How cool is that like this stuff is yours? Is that awesome?
Right?
Is that awesome or what?
It's kind of it's dreamy to begin with. I remember back in 2017 when we were, preparing all the business aspects of this, having the product in itself. And it was just like, we had the product for over a year, probably 2 years. And then the fact that, at the time we take it for granted now because we have products everywhere. But I just kept telling Joel, like, I just want it in my hands in a bottle with a label, and it's very surreal and it's cool, from an idea to an actual product. It's really cool.
From starting with one flavor, one blend to now having 8, with many more to come and many other products to come as well. Just knowing that you have this capability and that this hard work, especially her, because, she's the primary runner of the operations of this business. I just try to help the best I can, but she's the brains. She's everything about this. And, to see everything that really she's created in this it's mind blowing to think about what she's created and what's coming down the pipe.
Right. No, it's, I feel fortunate enough that, I've known you guys for a long time now. I think 9 years, I believe it is, or no, not quite. Yeah, 9 years because it's now 2024.
That's crazy to think about.
I know, right? Isn't that cool? Like I met you, like I first started following you 9 years ago, and then we had that initial phone conversation.
Yeah,
which we can talk about here in a bit. But I'm fortunate enough that like I personally have seen this thing grow and blossom, and had you guys on here on your guys' show talking about stuff. But I remember in late I think it was late 2016. I just moved to Pittsburgh, and I was talking to you, Joel, and you were like, "Hey man, I want to send you something." And it was the first initial sample of Fully Loaded.
Yes.
And actually I brought that up to Tawny tonight. I was like, "Hey, guess who I'm having on the show?" And she's like, "Who?" And I said to you guys, I was like, "Do you remember our house in Pittsburgh?" Like we were one of the first people to ever sample that before it went out. And now look what you got. Now look what you got. And here. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. That's freaking awesome.
Thank you.
Well, but it didn't come we didn't do it by ourselves. It was because of people like you who
Johnny
believed in us. Yeah. Johnny and many others that believed in us and wanted to support us and got our feet off the ground.
It's so important. You don't realize how important it is for word of mouth, reviews,
relationships,
friendships. I mean, how far that goes.
Yeah.
It helps out those small American dreams that are all over the place, that are unfortunately being shut down everywhere we look. But those are the things. Place those reviews, put those comments out there, put those posts out there, talk to your friends about it, because like y'all have helped us grow.
And she makes a really good point. Is a lot of times where people are more amped. We're blessed that we haven't had this problem, but people are more apt to leave a negative review.
And I saw that working in healthcare. That's where I saw it.
Same. Yeah.
Because it's when something I can think something is delicious and to be like, oh, this is great. And maybe tell a few of my friends and things like that. But it means a lot to a small business.
The minute you're pissed or jaded about something, it's I'm putting them on blast. Like, put the positive stuff on blast.
Blast the positive.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but seriously, going on there and just instead of just telling your wife or your buddies about it, go tell the people you bought it from how you feel about that product that you love.
And you do that, and we're so appreciative of that.
Yeah, I mean, because those little things right there is one. You don't know how that makes people. How it makes those people feel like, all right, we're doing it. You know, okay,
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna
our hard work is working, not just in the dollar aspect, but it's working and people really do like our stuff. And when you hear that and see that, and then others hear that and see that, it helps that little company grow. And that's the reason we are where we are today, is because of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the years, I told you guys a few times, like, I'm like legitimately proud of you, because I like to think in some way, shape, or form, I'm a creative guy, and I have like these ideas. You know what I mean? Like, I have like, there's something over here like I think would be awesome, or something over here I'm thinking I might want to pursue. But like, you guys got kids and everything, you guys jobs and stuff, and it's like you still, despite the everyday real life responsibilities, you still were like, I believe in this. I believe in us. Let's rock and roll and actually make this happen. That's very hard to do. I'll be the first one to say I failed numerous times on like, you know what? I really want to do this. And I think I can, and I think it'll work. But then something over here pulls me, and something over here pulls me. And, like, as a couple, holding you guys accountable, like, hey, you know what? I think we need to do this right now. And just, hey, help me with this. I mean, you guys are rock stars in that sense.
Well, thank you. But the key to that isn't that we just decided we were going to take this leap of faith and do this, as much as both of us sat on our couch and we prayed and gave this company to God before the company was even a company. Because we, in all aspects of our marriage and life with our kids, we believe that if we give all that to him first, then we can't fail. And even if we do fail, I know that he's got something better in store for us because of the lesson.
Right.
So when doing that takes a lot of pressure off of somebody, in a sense of going, okay, it's okay if this doesn't work, because we gave it to God, and he's either going to do something with it and let us keep it going, or he'll use it for his advantage, not ours. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And absolutely. I do need to give credit where credit's due. You see us, we have two people that keep this thing afloat as well, keep the operations running. And that's my parents. My parents are the ones that are hand shipping every single order.
I remember
that. Order. Yeah. So they're retired, but they're handling all of the shipping, absolutely all of that.
Again,
so that we can focus on, the marketing, the brand, the products, the behind the scenes stuff like that. But operations, getting it to you guys, and they are absolutely quick as hell to get those things out. You place an order, it's going out it's going out within 24 hours.
Gary's getting up in the middle of the night and he's going down there and
I tell him all the time, Dad, it's okay. No. He's getting it out faster than Amazon. So y'all, you placing your orders, you're going to get it quick.
I'll be 110% honest with you. I have heard that how fast they receive their items numerous times from people that I know who I've been like, look, you guys need to try this stuff here, taste test this or whatever, right? And they place an order, and I swear to you, I've heard that numerous times. It's here already. Legit.
Yeah.
Legit.
I get so many emails and messages and tags where people are like, thank you so much. Like, I cannot believe it's already here, because we're not seeing that right now. I mean, Amazon turnaround is ridiculous. And that's something that we all got accustomed to. We got accustomed to placing an order within 2 days, getting it.
You know what? Everything's
props
right here
to
too.
Gary and Sue.
You know, everything's on our phones also. Everything's here like this, you know?
Yeah.
And
go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
But no, just hats off to Stryker's parents, because it's just, honestly, it's quick as can be. And I appreciate that, because I buy stuff, and I honestly, I like it. There will be an order here soon, and I'm going to need it quick, because we got some more cucumbers to eat.
You hear that, Sue Bear and Gary?
That's right.
Gary Bear?
That's
That's TODD.
That's right. So I see the sign behind you guys, and as we mentioned that, I've been on your guys' podcast. You guys have a podcast, had podcasts. So there hasn't been an episode out for a while, and nobody knows that better than I do. I've taken more hiatuses than I've wanted to, and I hate it. I always got mad about it, because consistency is what makes things grow, I believe, and that is actual fact, actually. But so are we going to be able to hear the show again, or what's going on with the podcast?
I will say this: we are feeling the strain from our listeners of the messages and the emails of people saying like, "Oh, hello, like, what about this podcast and stuff like that?" So we're hearing y'all. We are, but I'll let you take it from there.
Well, I mean, again, it goes back to, God's at the forefront of this company for us. And sometimes when you're going through transitions, and when, in life and in business, sometimes things have to go to the wayside a little bit. Sometimes things have to be, God will pull something away from you so he could put something better in front of you. And he's been doing that with us. It's no secret that this is not my only profession. Our family business that me and my brother run, it's been booming. Things have been great. You know what I mean?
But his attention's 100% over there.
But this is it's not been easy. It's been a long, tough journey, hard work, man, but it's paying off. I've been blessed for sure. I don't regret a single second of it. And then sometimes you got to prioritize things. I love our podcast. I'd do it every day if it paid the bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So we have 124 episodes. I mean, that's something that we got in the habit of putting out. And we love it. We loved it. We still love it. But it's not just recording. It's the editing, it's the branding, it's the putting out of the promotional things and the posting and all of that. And not saying that it's not coming back. We're not saying that at all. But it came down to where we're putting our time versus where we were getting the reward.
Yes, absolutely.
So if the time was going mostly into the podcast, and then I didn't have time to fill all my other hats in the company, then we kind of had to say, okay, well, we need to put our effort and time into other things in the meantime. We've discussed so many times.
But also, at one point, and people move on and have journeyed. We had two co-hosts. We had our producer, Matt, and we had our resident chef, Jeremy the Kitchen Whitelaw. And, when those keys in the cog kind of fell off, the editing from our producer fell on me. And then, and part of production when Jeremy left, everything was falling on her. So then it was kind of like, okay, so then double duty here on that kind of stuff. We're not complaining about this at all. I'm just, explaining why we haven't come back.
But you also want to spread yourself out and be present for your family
Amen.
too. So we're trying to wear all these hats and stuff like that.
We got two little boys that are growing up.
Yeah.
And you know what they said today? We want to be on your podcast. So,
that's what Lola says all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just turn the camera on or whatever, hit recorder, and I'll be out of this chair and she'll be in it. You know, just, hey guys, welcome to my channel and all this other stuff. You know?
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy where the kids are now? It's all about the channel.
Yeah.
What was our channel back in the day? What was our channel?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
That's the only
Gullah
channel
Gullah
that I was
Island. Yeah.
What was it?
Guts and
the Hey Dude. Remember Hey Dude?
Yeah.
Hey,
Salute
dude.
your shorts.
Salute your shorts. Yes.
Dude. Yeah.
We're old guys. We're so old.
I know.
And
Power Rangers, bro.
Oh, dude, I got the grades to show that we're freaking old too. But no, I would love to, you know, I'd love to hear it again at some point. If you guys are able to, you know, find the time, make things work to hear the show again. I just like listening to you guys. I think it just more than anything, I like good people, and that's you guys. I've said that 100 times. But how much? Whenever I had to step away for a little bit because I was just getting burnt out. You had a producer, you had all this other stuff. For me, at least since 2010, since I started really on a microphone, everything's always been me. I've been the one who would take care of everything afterwards. And I'll tell you what, as fun as this is, as therapeutic as this has been for me as a stutterer, and like I felt like I needed it and I jumped at it and did it and it's been great. But like the post-production stuff can really drive you nuts. It can drive you crazy. So but the time
pre-planning.
Yeah. Oh well.
The content.
I mean, I don't really pre-plan. I just come on here.
I mean, man, I'm like pulling out outlines and print offs and scheduling guests and
exactly.
Yeah.
But like I can say like my time away, every time that I've, you know, taken a few months off or whatever, I've genuinely really missed this. Like it's, and I know that like the reason why I did it is different than yours and many other people. I did it because I stutter and I wanted to find some confidence within myself. You know, I wanted to be able to, you know, work on trying to speak fluently and such. But I generally just miss like being on a microphone with nobody in front of me, just talking to nobody, but now 68,
but everybody,
but now 68 countries, you know, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like this is like genuinely a part of like, I think who I am now. And every time that I walked away, or not really walked away, but like taking time off, legitimate time off, not weeks, but sometimes months. I felt like a part of me was actually missing, you know, because everybody, at least around like where I'm at, they know I do this now. It's been too long for people to not know, and they know, you know, and even down to the point where I took off car decals on my old vehicle when like I stopped my chauffeur. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again, but I miss it. And I took them off. I was legitimately sad because I feel like, you know, it's a part of me. I worked so freaking hard on this. It's like after the show, on the show, all the work that goes into it. So I don't know. At some point, if you guys are able to come back on, I would love to see that because I just like listening to you guys. I think you guys,
well,
I mean, I have to stare at this every day when I walk into my office.
I would look at it. It's freaking nice.
You know, this is my office and I walk into it every single day and this is what I see. So the reminders are there.
Well, but man, you know, that is the reason you missed it so much. And the reason it made you sad is because that was something in your life that reloaded you, something that, you know, filled your spirit up, something that, you know, gave you a voice and that you wanted to get out. And that's what I love about these platforms, you know, but that's what one of the reasons we named our company what we did, and one of the reasons we started our podcast was because we wanted to give other people a voice and hopefully put a message out there like your episode that would reload somebody else, that would fill their spirit, fill their cup, and
relatable.
And be relatable and give back to them and fill in their spirit. And so, I mean, when you feel those feelings, that's an indication of this is something I need to be doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. What, so I kind of teased it earlier. Joel, tell everybody like how we first met and like the whole like you're introducing the if you remember the story. It's been 9 years since that happened.
I do. So we were both involved with a hunting show on the hunting channel, and well, heck, I forgot the guy's name now.
Steve
That's
Sheets.
right. Old Steve, man. So we were both involved in that. And then at one point,
love the guy.
Yeah. One point we were entertaining doing a podcast based around that show. And he was like, you need to call Todd. He'll be able to tell you. And I called you and you were like, I don't know. Well, you had just started. You were so fresh in your podcast.
I was.
So Steve had built you up like this professional, like
I was a couple months in, just saying.
He was.
You gave me the information I needed to get started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I hit all these obstacles. I spent so much money. She trying to buy all these interfaces and things like that for the achieve what I wanted to achieve. And it took a long time to get our.
So I could technically say I was a cameraman for the hunting channel.
You were. That's right.
Because I filmed him.
She filmed all my cooking segments.
That's right. The home cooking hunter.
The home cooking hunter.
The home cooking hunter. So yeah, I got this phone call one day and I was alerted. I get a phone call from you. Steve reached out and he said, "Hey, here's a guy. He wants to talk to you about something." I was like, "Okay." So I'm at my house. It was garbage day. I was pulling up my garbage can, ring, ring. And all of a sudden I hear this voice on the other end. "Hey, man."
Buttery.
Yeah.
Buttery, wasn't it?
Oh, dude, it was super soft. And that's where everything started. There's a long friendship that started, and like now we get to do this. You guys had your own show, and I was on Breaking Wild talking about Africa hunts with you.
That's right. I forgot about that.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I was on
because you had been attacked by PETA and even been censored from your podcast.
You remember that?
I do. And so,
so do I.
Over this topic, and so that's one reason why I brought you on to talk about all this stuff, was because of those things. And wow, I forgot all about that, bro.
I mean, they don't listen. PETA Humane Society, they don't like when they like use like the big wigs names on a platform that actually has some decent followers, I guess. And it was up for 6 hours. It got taken down, and then I had like I don't know how many month battle, but I got my show back. So, I could say screw them, and I will. But yeah.
You got canceled before getting canceled was cool.
Dude, this is what I do.
I know.
I'm one of the original OGs in podcasting. It was internet radio when I started, and then I got canceled before canceled. It's cool.
You did, man.
But I won, and that's all that matters.
That's right. Here's the you, buddy.
Here's
the winning. Get in here, Stace.
Oh, sorry.
Here's the winning.
Strike yourself on in here, Stryker.
She can't. She has small arms.
Small arms. T-Rex.
Joel, you said something at the beginning of this, and I wanted to say something I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Whenever you were talking about your chocolate drink there, your chocolate bourbon, or whatever that was.
Chigom.
I don't blame you. It sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
When me and Lola May took a vacation down to Tennessee, and we went and we come over to your house, spent the night and such. You made me my favorite drink to this date I've ever had. It was the walnut old fashioned.
Oh yeah, man. That's special.
It is so special to the point where like I've never even heard of one. I've never had one since. And respectfully, I haven't asked for the recipe, but I've wanted to.
I got you.
You just gotta come back.
I know.
That's right.
I honestly loved that trip so much. We had so much fun.
It was so much fun.
The mini golf that you hooked us up with, that was freaking cool. Like everything about that trip was awesome. Like I love the Smoky Mountains. You guys have like one of the best. it's all the same now, but to me, I don't know. Like, I'm still a sucker for every Cabela's, every Bass Pro, but the Bass Pro in the Smoky Mountains is just different than everywhere else.
It slaps.
Sure is. It hits harder, man.
You walk in and you're like, oh.
It
does. Angels sing, yeah.
Angels.
We got to get in there.
I know we do.
Yes. Why aren't you?
It's a good question, Todd. One to be answered in the future.
Put your requests in at your local Bass Pro Shop in Cabela's.
Listen, I know people, you know people. Let's just make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, let's do that.
I'm awesome. You're awesome. Let's just be awesome.
Let's just be awesome. We're going to be awesome together.
What does that even mean?
But here, look, I know your fans are, frothing at the mouth over the walnut old fashioned. So I'm going to tell you that.
Are you sure? Honestly, like, because I respect you guys so much, I didn't ask because I didn't know if it was like a secret thing.
So there's actually, I learned the recipe from, there's a restaurant here locally called the Walnut Kitchen, and they make a walnut old fashioned, and the bartender gave me the recipe. So same thing as your Chocolate Annie here. You're going to do 2 ounces of fresh bourbon. You're going to get praline liqueur, which is it's got that pecan-esque flavor, walnut nutty flavor. You're going to do that. You're going to use walnut bitters.
Get those on Amazon.
You can get that on Amazon. And then you will do your same. How
much praline liqueur?
You're going to do, it's very sweet. So that's going to be subjective to how sweet you want your old fashioned to be.
Like what, an ounce?
I do like half an ounce.
Glass, yeah.
Okay.
But
he likes it to like burn your face off.
Yeah, but a normal like person, if they were serving at a restaurant, they would do 1 ounce to 1.25 ounces of the praline liqueur. So 2 ounces of bourbon, ounce to 1.25 ounces of praline liqueur, and which is like that takes the place of your simple syrup that you would normally put into an old fashioned. Always, if you can splurge and get them, use Luxardo cherries, not maraschino. Luxardo
with the yellow label, Luxardo cherries.
Buy them on Amazon.
It's like $20, $22 for a jar, but it goes a long way.
They last forever. You don't
put them in the refrigerator.
You don't have to refrigerate them or anything.
Wow.
You're gonna do 1 Luxardo cherry with, like, if you got a little spoon, a tiny spoon, just enough to get the cherry out. 1 Luxardo with the syrup. Drop a sucker in there and give it a nice little stir. You're gonna slice you some orange rind. Give a little spritz of some orange zest, drop it in, done.
That's it.
Yeah, if you really want to spice it up too, you can crush walnuts, and the oil from the walnuts, you can light that on fire, right? And so before you make your drink, you take that orange rind that you peel with a potato peeler, you spritz it in the glass and rub the oil from the orange all around the glass. And
outside of the orange skin, a lot of people get it wrong, and they try to rub the inside of the skin on the glass. But the essence and the oils come from the pores, like the outside of that.
Correct. So you rub that all in your glass, light the walnuts on fire, take your glass, set it over the top of it, and let that smoke just fill that whole glass up. And the oils from the orange rind the smoke will bind to that. So then once you have it in there for about 30 seconds to a minute, take it off, make your drink, and you've got this smoky.
Get you a cigar.
Yeah, it's meat.
Some meat sticks.
Oh yeah. But then you make your drink. And
Todd's like, give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm heading to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I love you guys.
Alone. Don't look me in the eyes.
Don't look at me.
Continue.
Anyways, but that's it. It's a simple drink. It's a lot of flavor, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Because
honestly, it's the favorite beverage I've ever had in my life. I remember we had a late night that night, and after I went up in the guest room there, I texted my mom and I said, I just had the greatest beverage I've ever had in my life. And I never forgot what it was. And like I said, I never asked, but kind of glad I did now because it was so freaking good, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, when you come back down here, dude, I'll make you all the walnut old fashions you want. We'll get tore down.
Can we just now that I know, can we please toast the now knowing the walnut old fashioned?
Hey,
that's top secret.
That's right.
Stace, didn't you say that, or Joel say at the beginning of the show that was a lot in that glass? Her glass?
Mm-hmm. It was.
It was. Yeah.
She had 3 fingers, homie.
I know. Sneaking the credential check in there.
That's right. That stuff's like drinking maple syrup, high octane maple syrup. It's delicious.
It's 100 proof.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
really what is it again?
100 proof. Angel's Envy.
Oh, that's right. Angel's Envy. Yes.
So that actually is the first bourbon that I started to drink when I kind of transitioned into becoming a bourbon drinker. Ironically enough,
sorry,
from us talking about it on our podcast, there's another seasoning company called Lane's Barbecue. Ryan Lane is the owner of that. And he is the company that we partnered with when we made the House Divided 2.0, which was his Cubano blend with Magnum. Yes. So when we actually visited him in Georgia, we went to his facility. And when we walked in, Ryan had gotten me that bottle.
Yeah.
From him listening to our podcast, he knew that was my favorite. He had it sitting
awesome
on the table and had gifted that to me. So that's the bottle right there. And, I've been hoarding it, milking it for all it's worth, little rationing it out or anything like that. But it's meaningful. That was really kind of him.
And you talk about supporting good
and he
people.
has a podcast too.
Supporting good people and small business. Lane's Barbecue is one of the best people I know. Ryan Lane is a good man, and his seasoning is top notch.
Yeah. This right here, I think this is my second one, second or third. I believe this is my second.
You better cherish it because
it's gone.
It's not happening again.
I did know that.
Yeah,
I did know that it was like limited supply or whatever. But I'm out of Magnum. So like completely out of Magnum, which talked to Johnny about that too. But so like I'm kind of babying this one a little bit just because it's a really freaking awesome product.
It's not been produced in a year and a half or 2 years. And it, completely sold out. We have people still wanting that one back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good blend. It was a good collaboration. And we definitely thank Ryan for including us in that collab for sure.
When you whenever you make venison, okay?
Yeah.
All my life, hot skillet, okay? Like piping hot skillet, S&P only. No more than 30 seconds aside, just till the center is like slightly warm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You like it blue.
To me, that is like venison, like how I'll take it every time. But today I was like, you know what? I've had blackout on steaks 100 times. Today I decided to just, open up that freezer a little bit. And now that my kid's not here, I can enjoy some of my own deer. She freaking eats it all. But I blacked out my venison today, dude. And
yes, sir.
There's magic that happens on the surface level.
The crust
of your meat is the crust, the crunch, the savory. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Really, this is becoming a number one for me.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Stacy stole that recipe from Magic Leprechauns deep in the mountains.
It did. Yeah. No.
Smoky
My
Mountains.
friend actually just cooked a tuna steak. Like when you go to a restaurant and you get like a tuna steak and it's like sashimi, just like a quick sear on all the sides. She did that with with ballistic. So it's got the sesame seeds and the poppy seeds and the garlic, the kosher salt. And then she filled the spaces with blackout on there.
Oh.
And made the tuna steak. So it was a 1-2 punch ballistic and blackout.
Man, you talk about
She said it was phenomenal.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That does. That
you really think good. You got the crunchy, coarse bits of the ballistic, and then that fine, blackout filling in the gaps.
This brings up a good point that I would love to talk about on your podcast, Todd. Okay,
bring it.
Is that just because a seasoning was created towards a certain lane of cooking doesn't mean that it can't go this way to another lane of cooking.
Yeah, like if something says it's great on chicken and pork, doesn't mean it's not going to be good on fish or vegetables.
That's what I legitimately love about your stuff.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, guess what? Full Metal Jacket. You know, it's not for this in particular thing. No. You know, packing heat, right? Okay. You want to know what I use packing heat for the most? I'll tell you right now.
What?
And I've actually talked about this on the show before. So every now and then, like in the summertime or whatever, my baby girl would just like, hey, Dad, can I get some hot dogs or something? Like we just got back from a ball field or whatever, right?
Where do you go?
You kind of have to do that. What's that? Huh? You guys.
Todd,
you are
are you there?
Hey.
Oh, there you are. Hey, what's up?
Did we freeze?
Did we freeze or you freeze?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, back it up. You were talking about hot dogs?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So every now and then in the summertime, Miss Lola May, she'll be like, hey, Dad, I want some hot dogs. Right. I'm like, okay. My favorite thing in the world with packing heat is legitimate hot dogs.
Huh?
If you've never put this on a hot dog or like a venison dog or anything,
I love this.
Do you know what we have used on a hot dog?
Legitimate hot dog from packing heat.
The double action glizzy. The slot dog.
The slot dog. That's right. That is right. The
Yeah.
double action glizzy.
It's a double action glizzy.
Oh, man.
I can honestly say I've never said the word glizzy in my life.
Say it.
Say it now.
Enjoy it.
Say it.
Glizzy.
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 So,
If you guys, honestly, if you've never tried that, like,
Okay.
you know, on the grill or whatever, you got
Yeah.
some dogs going on, you got some venison dogs, whatever you got, this on the dog, oh, dude.
I'm gonna try it, man. That's what I love about talking to people that have had our product is they try things that we haven't tried. We haven't cooked everything in the world with our seasoning. It's fun to go. It's fun to go. Oh, that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, that's why honestly, like I post about you guys a lot because you know I've always loved to cook. I grew up.
Yeah.
I didn't watch cartoons growing up. My parents will vouch for that. I didn't. It was Sports Center. And like every day, 1997. Little Todd fun fact for you: the year of 1997. I did not miss one episode of Sports Center in a 365-day time period.
Let's go. Just dedication.
It was just, you know, something that's not going to take me anywhere in life, but it was something I had my sights set out for and I achieved it. But it was Sports Center and it was the Food Network.
Yeah.
Every single day. That like those are the things that I watched.
Wow.
So like I always had an interest in cooking. I always liked to cook, but since discovering this stuff, my cooking game is boom through the roof.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun to create. It's fun to try. It's fun to, you know, try this out. It's fun to cook for the guys, you know, at your job or whatever. And every time I do it,
well, it's like
it pains me to see people not season their dishes, their casseroles, their foods, their meats. Like
I
it's
know.
like,
isn't that dumb?
yeah,
It's my it's my show. I'll call them dumb. That's dumb.
yeah.
you big dumb.
Come on,
Stupid.
just a
Quit being
sprinkle.
dumb.
You're not dumb. We love you very much.
I mean,
Buy our stuff. Buy our stuff. No, no, man, but like, so, you know, our Magnum blend and our Full Metal Jacket blend, those were designed to be a steak and chop blend, right? But it will make those two blends will make some of the best Texas style brisket and ribs you've ever had.
Short ribs with the Magnum coated all over it. We make a bread dipping oil with Magnum. We even use Magnum for making like a quick and easy marinara sauce.
Yeah. Oh, dude, her marinara recipe with
it's
Magnum.
Not like, okay, so we get beat up about it because it's not like an authentic marinara. But like if you're wanting something quick and homemade and easy, like Magnum, fresh basil, and San Marzano crushed tomatoes.
You didn't make it the
amazing
authentic
marinara.
way.
Yeah.
It must taste like dog crap. Meh. It tastes good.
Yeah, I mean,
it tastes like marinara.
Anybody
It's
got time
delicious.
for that sometimes?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That girl.
Yeah, absolutely. So you brought up about Texas brisket and such. Well, my Uncle Mike will be happy to hear that I'm bringing him up on the show right now. So I got an Uncle Mike. He lives in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And he gives me crap all the time about my food. He's like, yeah, let me see the center of that steak first before you post it. You know what I mean? Trust me, it's done right. But I got him on the reload bandwagon now. And, he sends me photos all the time of like, hey, man, just did Magnum on this. And he sends me pictures. I just did double action on these ribs right now. And he sends me photos of stuff all the time. So I do know that your stuff is very much appreciated in Texas with Texas barbecue.
Well, thank you. And tell him.
He's going to listen. He's going to listen because he might pick something apart.
All right, listen here, buddy. All right.
Uncle Mike.
I will put my brisket up against any brisket out there. But my brisket, Magnum, you coat it furry, make it furry and Magnum, and then fill in the gaps with fully loaded. It'll be the best crust, the best brisket you've ever had.
And our kid,
hands
like
down.
Jace, our oldest son, like he doesn't like the sweet and smoky. He doesn't like sweet barbecue type ribs or brisket or anything like that. Like he wants Magnum. He wants salty, savory barbecue. That's what he wants. Pulled pork, he wants Magnum all over it.
And he wants spicy stuff. That's it.
Packing heat and Magnum, yeah.
Oh, dude, that kid's
hot
got
dogs.
He puts hot dogs in his hands.
I'm going to.
He legit keeps a bottle of Magnum in his room and he'll put it in his hands and just.
That's what I do with this stuff.
Yeah, just eats it. Yeah.
I'm 2:30 in the afternoon or whatever. I'm going like this, I got sunflower seeds in my hand or something.
That's Todd's.
One of our customers that now is carrying our product in Oklahoma. When that came out, she said she kept a bottle like on her desk. She put it on her gums, man.
It's like booger sugar.
On there, yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
You just get you a little bump every once in a while. Pop a little in your mouth.
So good. So good.
Isn't that cool to hear? Like
it is.
Like that's awesome.
And it's clean ingredients. You're not getting garbage.
Right. Yeah. Right. And
that is something we haven't talked about is that the ingredients that we use, we don't settle for cheap ingredients. Everything is sea salt and high end spices.
High end sugar, high end salt.
Yeah, we're not using. We could save a lot of money if we would not do that. We'd have better margins if we used cheaper ingredients in our stuff. But again, we're not those people. We're not doing this because we want to just put a product out.
Well, like there's a really big popular company out there that's very into the TikTok and the stuff like that. But
the TikTokies,
low salt. Well, like salt's more like if you put a good salt in your blend, that's more expensive.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I what I like about communicating with people about this stuff is I actually like that, like they see me post about it, they've heard me talk about it and whatnot, but like they ask me questions about it, and I don't have all the answers like you guys obviously would, but I mean literally you could Pepsi challenge this stuff with like so many different things, and I'm willing to bet I'm willing to bet you guys will come out on top almost every time.
And but, I agree.
Yeah,
But the Pepsi challenge.
I use that term literally all the time. I'm so old.
Anyone under 30 has no idea what you're talking about.
They don't have a freaking clue. I literally use Pepsi challenge a lot in my life. It's so dumb.
I want the aircraft carrier. Or not the aircraft, the jet. I want the jet.
Right.
I want the beach towel.
Yeah. Shoot, man.
Yeah, dude. This is just. I'm like, it's been. The last time you guys were on here was 2019. So it's been. I was just about to say something, and I stopped myself because I want to ask you guys if you guys do this first. I don't. The way that like I talk about time periods, right? I don't know if it's because I'm a 37-year-old kid. I don't know what it is, but so it's technically been 5 years since you guys have been on the show. And the way that I would normally say something like if I just had friends over or whatever, like, we've had Christmas 5 times since you've been on the show. Like, think about that. Like, that's how I talk about time. It's like, we've had Christmas this many times since you've been on the show, but it's been 5 years. But like the cool thing about you guys is, and for everybody watching and listening, we didn't talk about anything before we, hopped on here. We didn't say, like, all right, let's hit this bullet point and this bullet point. What I love
prepared for this.
Yeah. what I love about you guys is it doesn't matter how long it's been. Like I physically haven't seen you guys in 2 years, and like we can just come on and like everything just we can bump and feed and just roll with it, and the conversation never ends. It flows. It's fun. That's a cool like.
It's like family, man.
It honestly, like I legitimately love you guys for real, and it's I didn't always have that in my life because I was like I sheltered myself from the world because I was embarrassed of not being able to always speak fluently, and to like now that I'm older and I'm smarter and I've accepted things, it's so cool to have that, and I'm like really happy that I get to have that with you guys.
Yeah, man.
Likewise.
100%, we love you. We talk about you all the time. And the only downside is that you're that far away.
Right.
And we have other relationships like that too. But it's a beautiful thing that's something that this company has brought to us. Because I don't know if we would be this close or if other relationships that we formed would have even happened if not for this company. And I hold on to that because these people that are all across the country that we've met and talked to and developed relationships with,
get Christmas cards
from. Yeah. It's like, we wouldn't have that. I cherish that. And I know that is one of the reasons that God is continually pushing our company further.
Right. That's awesome. And it all, honestly, it all goes back to what you guys said to me on your guys' first appearance on my show. Was Reload was about a message like bringing people together through food, and like being around the dinner table. I never forgot that. That's one thing that you guys have said. Like that's what this is all about, bringing people together. And far and wide, whether it's West Coast for you guys might know some people out there who, legitimately like yourself and you build a friendship with. Up here in the Northeast, like myself and like Johnny Simo in Virginia, whatnot. Like you guys have literally done what you set out to do. Yeah. You brought people together and you did it your way through your stuff, through your vision. And that stuff's never going to die. It's going to be, if you guys were like, you know what, Reload was a heck of a run, but I don't think we're going to do it anymore. I promise you, I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And everybody else, you accomplished what you set out to do already. And you guys, it's been years since this stuff initially came out. And you guys aren't even close to like hitting your ceiling, right? You guys, you still got stuff coming out and stuff, but you already started doing, and you've already accomplished your initial goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our initial goal was to come out with one seasoning. That's it.
That was
we were like, we're not doing anymore.
Which I won the contest. You guys had a contest.
Oh yeah, we were sitting at the bar.
I was going to bring that up.
You guys had a contest. I think it was on IG Live, and it was who could name the first name of your first blend. And
guess what the name is? Yep.
Fully Loaded, and
you said it.
I said it, and then I got a pretty sexy t-shirt in the mail for the win. So
I
feel really connected to this. You have no idea.
I still have the piece of notebook paper. And when I dig it up, I saw it the other day. When I dig it back up again, I'll send you a picture.
Please do.
It is where I wrote down what every person on that live was saying. So everybody was guessing all these names. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. These are some great names, Yeah. We had already decided it was Fully Loaded. But it was really cool because it's just, I was probably drinking, so my handwriting is probably all over the place. But I'm going to send you that picture because it's all the names that people guessed what our blend was going to be. But it was yours. You got it right.
Read that.
And I remember looking at Joel and being like he got it right. Like, who's going to get this? But that you did.
And I was glad it was you.
Me too. I love the t-shirt. I got it hanging up over there. I got another one right there on my. I'm telling you what. This green that you guys use, I never wore. I can honestly say this. I never really wore green up until the past few years. I don't know why. It's just, but
me either.
I chose the green hat. I chose the green t-shirt. I chose the green. You guys got. I mean, you guys' apparel is pretty freaking awesome.
This lady right here, man.
Well, I'm sure she's got the style of the group here, so I'm pretty sure that makes sense.
That's right. But she's got a knack for it, man. That's for sure. She definitely has done a great job with all this.
Yeah. So I'm personally and selfishly, I'm really happy that you remember that I won, because I feel like I haven't won a whole lot of contests in my life. So
you made an impression, buddy.
I did. I feel I'm still here. I'm still kicking. So I always I feel a little bit connected to Fully Loaded.
We all do.
That's your baby.
You know what? We all do.
It is.
We all do. It's the king. You know what I mean?
It's so good, man.
Yeah,
it's
you
so
can't.
Good.
There's nothing that can go on. Almost nothing that thing can't go on that won't taste good.
Right.
You know? Put it on grilled cheese.
It's the most versatile. It's the most not versatile. I would say the most unique all-purpose seasoning I think it's out there.
If something calls for salt and pepper, just put Fully Loaded in it. And it's way more than salt and pepper. It's probably what, like 9, 10, 11 ingredients in it. But
yeah,
we put it on our, we'll make a grilled cheese and coat it on the outside of the bread when you butter it.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Oh, buddy, that's a game changer. Do that with pack and heat too.
Yeah. If you want the zing, do the pack and heat.
I like zing, but I'm not gonna lie. I do be careful when I do be careful when I pack some heat, because you guys knocked it out of the park with that. I know that Johnny Simo. So I don't know if he ever told you guys this, but I'll tell you. I got this message one day a couple years ago, right after Pack and Heat came out, and I think he called me or he messaged. I think he texted me. He's a big texter, and he's like, "Dude, Pack and Heat ramen noodles is my favorite. Is my favorite thing in the world now." He said, he said, I put it in there now. Shelly's putting it on, his daughter. He's like, dude, Pack and Heat and ramen noodles is my favorite thing. So
I like to call, as much as good as Pack and Heat is, and as deep as the flavor is in that spicy blend, I like to call it an amplifier. Right. So if I've got something that I've made, a soup, a salad, pizza, ramen noodles, whatever it is, it's already got a flavor base to it, but I want that kick to it. I want a little kick added on top of it. You put some of that on top of whatever you have made, and you can get that spice. That's not just a raw spice. It's got a little extra flavor added on top of it as well.
One of my favorite things in the world to make is a pizza in a cast iron skillet. Okay.
Yes.
Just dude, that freaking crust on the bottom and everything. Oh, dynamite. And I grew up with crushed red pepper on my pizza. That's how now it's just Pack and Heat on there.
It's a game changer.
There's garlic in it. There's oregano in it.
It's literally pizza blend almost too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a there's two different types of cayenne in that Pack and Heat as well.
See, I think normal people like myself wouldn't even know there's two different kinds of cayenne. I always thought there was one.
Different levels.
I really didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
So if you guys had to right now pick one, that's your fave. Your personal fave out of the many that you have.
Yeah.
Are you able to narrow it down to one?
Absolutely.
Like if I was gonna go to a deserted island and I can only take one.
Okay.
Oh.
Well said. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
That's different. That doesn't mean it's your favorite. That would be the one you would use the most. So
no, I'm just sticking with what's my favorite. You go first.
No, you go first.
Magnum. Yeah.
There's a reason why I don't have Magnum here, just so you know. I'm totally out of it. It's so good.
So when I make a venison steak, it's like hot cast iron skillet, butter bath, coat it in Magnum, let it, do a nice little crackle inside that butter, 1 minute, minute and a half per side on a inch thick steak. And I don't cook it to the blue like you like it. But I like that rare just outside of that, probably 120 degrees internal is what I like, 120, 125. Pull it out, dude. And it's just It's just so good, man. It's hard to beat. Magnum was one of her creations that just really it blew my socks off. And
for good reason.
Yeah, but and it's such a versatile blend because I love dry rubs. And so when I put it on wings, when I put it on brisket, short ribs, pork, St. Louis ribs, it's so good, man. And even burgers, even putting it into burgers is fantastic.
That's one of the things that I do. Just put it into burgers. What about you, Stace?
Okay, do I have to pick one or can I do two?
You can do a solid runner up because my solid runner up's packing heat.
Yeah, I'm going fully loaded or high caliber.
Ooh.
I love high caliber.
High caliber is
Chipotle garlic all the way.
And don't let Chipotle garlic fool you. There's smokiness, there's a tiny bit of sweet, but savory. It's such a fine grind, like a nice granules. Phenomenal on French fries. It's like a great fry seasoning. Yeah.
I French fry that stuff too. Yeah.
Burger seasoning. Dust it on vegetables. I mean,
it's a great caliber.
It's a great chicken, and it's like the ultimate chicken wing. Like,
yeah, chicken wings. You had Buffalo B-dubs, and they got that Chipotle garlic dry rub. That's fantastic. I got sick one time off of it.
Put your Chipotle, put the high caliber on there. Sweet potato, roasted vegetables. I mean, but French fries, tater tots, any type of potato like that.
Yeah,
freaking coat it in the high caliber, and it's a sleeper.
And you asked
definitely a sleeper blend.
You're asking us this too. It's like picking which kid's your favorite.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
So much TLC went into each one. You don't
want to say, but everyone has a favorite.
Yeah, everybody does.
Injuries and
that's right. That's right.
We have so much history.
Right.
But yeah. Fully loaded to me though. If anybody's listening and you have not tried any of our seasonings and you only want to buy one, fully loaded. You can put it on anything, versatile, whatever.
I agree.
But if you also haven't tried, we have sample packets that are, I think, like $2 a piece, and you get a decent amount of seasoning in each little packet. And you can try all of the seasonings before you actually splurge and buy the bigger bottles.
We also have travel packs that is quite a bit more seasoning,
and that's what we take camping.
Right, and it's less money than going and buying the bottle.
It's just a zipper pouch. You just rip off the top, sprinkle it out of the pouch, and then you can zip it back up, throw it back in your luggage, throw it in your go bag.
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
That stuff, the travel packs is actually something that I need to invest in because just about every weekend I'm in a tent with Lola at a campground somewhere.
I've been noticing that.
Just about every single weekend I do that. And you know what I do? I mean, I'd be lying to you guys and then the rest of the universe if I didn't say like I keep this stuff in my car in the summertime because I never know what I'm doing. I'm always cooking out in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah.
I start a fire out in elk country almost every week,
Been watching you, man. Yeah.
I literally do that every week. And I keep this stuff for the most part in my car because I never know where I'm going to end up. I just might, wherever. And I'll just, I keep it grilling in my vehicle. I keep this stuff in my vehicle. It's really odd, honestly.
No, man, that's freaking awesome.
That's something that Joel and I, we see your posts and we're like, he is such a great dad.
Yeah.
I mean, appreciate
that. Those are the things that she's going to remember forever. It's not stuff, it's time.
But it is time. And making time for those little ones you can't get it back, man.
No, you can't.
Especially when she can, when she gets older and talks about what her dad cooked.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
breaking bread, those moments where you guys are sitting in front of each other and just breaking bread, being together, whether you're talking or not, you're just sharing good food and being in each other's company. Yeah. That's
the message, right? Just bringing people together.
Yeah.
Just having people around through your stuff. And I literally keep this stuff in my car all summer long. My coworkers can vouch for that too. Cause I would have to I would travel. So I would take my stuff, take it in my car in the morning, take it to work, leave it on my desk all day, literally snack on double action, and then at the end of the day, I would pack up my cast iron, pack up this stuff, bring it back home. So then I just left it in my car. And then at home, if I needed, say, Full Metal Jacket, I'd run out to my car, grab it real quick. And but like
don't worry, boys.
You need like different sets.
I do, but
for arsenals.
But like what I'm getting is this travel packs, for as much as I'm out in the woods, as much as I go camping, it would be nice to just leave this stuff at home all the time, you know?
Yeah.
It's less of packs, less room in the car. That way, but like there's travel packs for people who literally like the outdoors. If you live a lifestyle like mine, when you're never freaking home and you're always out in the wilderness somewhere and you cook out in the wilderness, that is such an awesome thing that you guys did, was, you know, creating that.
Yeah,
because it's honestly, there's a lot of outdoorsmen that listen to the show, and it's tailor made for people like me to have a product like that. And you know, especially in the state of PA, Pennsylvania is known and was built upon its like thriving in rich outdoors. You know, like if I think of Pennsylvania, I don't think of, like, the first thing that comes to mind is not Penn State football. It's not the Pirates or Steelers or the Eagles or Phillies. It's literally like deer, because that's what Pennsylvania is. Mm-hmm. You know,
full of them.
Yeah.
Well, what made us kind of decide that we wanted to go this route was, you know, our customer base is primarily hunters, outdoorsmen, hikers, campers, stuff like that. And we love to camp. And how many times have you gone out camping and you're like, dang it, I forgot the salt and pepper?
Or you go to
you go to Walmart and you get the salt and pepper shaker that you're going to use in your camping kit or whatever, and then you keep it in there and moisture gets to it, and the next thing you know, you're out camping and you get your salt and pepper shaker and that sucker's hardened or it's full of moisture or something like that, and you got to toss it or it's nasty. And I thought, you know, how many times have we tried to pack, you know, you got salt and pepper shakers at home, you're not packing that, but a pouch. You know, we had a couple of our customers, they were putting them in little like outdoorsy tubes, like test tubes and stuff like that. And I told Joel, I'm like, we need go packs. We need like everyday carry packs, little resealable pouches that you can just
for the outdoors
throw in your set. And you know what? Like, if you forget about it for a couple of years, first of all, your seasonings aren't going bad. They're sealed up. They're fine. They're not going bad. They might lose a little bit of their quality of flavor and freshness or whatever. But, you know, you're throwing them in your bag. Okay, it costs $4 or $4.50 or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It isn't. But we've gone back. We've hit our camp bags before, and we just keep using the same packs that have been in their Tupperware because we're too damn lazy to unpack when we get home. We're too damn tired. We get home from camping, and those things just go in the garage.
Yeah,
until we open them again.
But you know,
but they're still good. They're still fresh because they seal right back up.
If you have a blend that has sugar in it, and that if it gets in a hot environment, sometimes they'll tend to cake up. So if they're in your car and they have been in there in the hot sun during the summer, you know, all you gotta do is take a little hammer to it, or take something, just beat it up, and it'll be brought back right back to life.
So side note, one of the things that we had noticed with Joel being, you know, home cook and hunter before we became a company, we noticed that people would send us seasonings and then they would rock harden. They would become so hard they wouldn't break up. A lot of companies will use like the chemicals like silicone dioxide that will break it up and keep it from clumping. We splurge, we go a little bit higher end, and we do like organic rice hulls, which are just like the outer coating of rice.
I remember you telling me that before. Yeah.
So if it does happen to clump up and you just give it a tap or just touch it with a butter knife or something like that, it's going to break right back up and still be able to be sprinkled. Versus when, you know, I pulled one out tonight. We were cooking some chicken thighs and I pulled out some stuff that we had that somebody had given us and just rock hard into the trash. I mean, you can't break it up, but those rice hulls happen to help break it up easily.
There's nothing synthetic in what we're using, you know, and when those synthetic materials like the silicone dioxide under extreme heats, you know, can really bind that stuff together to where you're not getting it back apart.
Right.
As opposed to a dry rice hull that, you know, you may get some of those sugars that melt, but that dry rice hull is going to be just enough to let it re-break and uncake to where you can use it.
And we've been able to tailor the amount of rice hulls that go into each blend. Each blend has a little bit different ingredient or chemical makeup. I guess I wouldn't say chemical, but like an ingredient makeup.
Yeah.
So you just kind of tailor the amount of rice hulls that you put in there so that it doesn't become like
there's a ratio
hard in the bottle.
There's a ratio to it.
Yeah. Right. What made you guys choose the tactical theme?
I mean,
just our lifestyle.
I love guns and hunting. So
yeah.
Right.
I mean, just our lifestyle.
Well, okay.
Like we breathe and breed.
Well, it is,
breed.
But
I said breed.
You breed.
Instead of bleed.
We like to breed.
Breathe and bleed, you know? Not breed.
Not breed.
With each other.
I mean, breeding, but we breed tactical.
Yeah, that's right. No, so, dude, when we were trying to come up with, we were, you got him. You got him. Oh, man.
To Stryker.
That's right. To Stryker.
Right. Get her some more bourbon.
You want some more?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Apparently.
But no, we were going through all kinds of different names, man. One of the names I came up with was Dusty Mustache. And yeah, so I mean, like, it wasn't just going to be tactical. Like, we were just going through and I was trying to figure out what it
was going to be, like outdoorsy or rustic or rugged of sorts. Right.
But Dusty Mustache was one of them. Fireside Seasonings was another one.
And it just
nothing hit, man. But we prayed about it, and Reload just kept coming in our brains.
He literally came up with Reload, and I said that's it. Like, it just it's what we are.
Yeah.
And what we embody, and what we we breed in.
We breed it.
Let's change that on our mission statement on the website.
We breed seasoning.
We breed the tactical American lifestyle.
That's right.
We just breed. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
I'm choked. I'm choked on that one. Woo!
Yep.
Oh man.
You're welcome.
Since we I brought up a tactical theme, and it's based on outdoorsmen and hunters and all this other stuff. How was your hunting season, by the way?
Man, the best hunting seasons of my life.
Really? Good.
2023 was one of the best hunting seasons, not because I shot the biggest buck and not because I, killed a bunch of deer. Is because my oldest son, he had his first official hunting season. He killed his first turkey, which we have on our YouTube channel, and I filmed the whole thing. And he shot his first deer this year.
And he fell in love with hunting.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So determined, and
he's fine with sitting out there for hours and hours and not getting anything. I mean, he's still determined to get another one.
He's not okay with it.
Well, not saying that.
He got spoiled early. That's what he did.
He doesn't get discouraged. He had many sits without a harvest before he finally was successful with it. And that made me proud he's a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old will sit multiple sits with nothing and keep going out there in the cold. And
he studied really hard, passed his hunter safety course. We went out there and even the turkey, he killed a bigger tom than I've ever killed.
Good for him.
11-inch beard.
Dang.
Inch and 7/8 spurs. Yeah, they're big.
That's a good bird, man.
No, dude, you should have seen it. Well, you need to watch the video. I'll send it to you. It's on if you go to youtube.com and
just search Reload Rub and Seasoning.
Reload Rub and Seasoning, you'll find our channel.
We do have a channel on there, recipes and all that.
But it was just so good, man. And it was the last hunt we had. There was no other hunts. It had been goose egg the entire time. And then he stuck with it. We sat for hours. But when we went I took him on his youth deer hunt, and we sat an entire weekend and did not see a single deer.
It happens.
It gut punched him. We got down to he stayed strong the entire time. And then the last sit, and I'm like, buddy, we got to go home. I mean, it was hat on the ground, kicking dirt, he did not want to leave. He was pissed. The tears came out, man. We wanted it so bad.
Right.
And so it's like, I told my old man and my brothers, I have to bring him back. We have to. I did a lot more legwork setting him up a spot, dude. And he saw the deer. It started happening again. Deja vu is coming back around. We're sitting there. This spot, the trail camera was automatic for 2 weeks straight, deer after deer after deer, same time, morning and night. We're sitting there, nothing's coming out.
Yeah, weird
then,
how that happens.
It is, of course. And then the last bit of daylight, I'm about to tell him let's pack it up, and I look over and his eyes are the biggest saucers, and he's like, "There's a deer," And so he saw it. I mean, I wasn't even looking. I thought it was over.
Right.
He saw it. He did perfect. We got it. It was good. We ate it the next day, man.
So he came home
That's
and
so cool.
I said, this is your first harvest. What do you want to eat and how do you want to eat it? Like, how are you want, country fried deer steak? Do you want chili? And he said, I want Magnum butter steaks.
That's it.
And so that's what he made.
Good for him. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So here's the him.
Yeah, here's absolutely. Here's the him.
Right. I think. All right. T-Rex
Boom.
Arms over there.
That's
look how big my head is compared to hers.
It's a melon, bro.
That's a cranium, bro. Look, we're shoulder to shoulder. Look at that.
Yeah.
I got a pumpkin up there.
Pumpkin head.
Pumpkin head.
But that I can say this was the best season I've ever had just because of that.
Right.
We definitely I got a couple of deer. The freezer's full. We're good.
Good.
But it was that experience alone was I would never replace it.
Right.
Until my next little man comes up.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
This was a really I don't know why. Like, we've been doing this our whole lives, right? Like,
yeah.
But this year, for some reason alone, I think it was because of how much effort I had to put in this year to actually be this year was was really emotional for me just in the sense of like the appreciation at the end because of all the hard work that I had to put into it. I have access to private. Okay.
For you.
Out of my dad's house, I have private, but I don't hunt it. Sounds stupid, right? Kind of.
Yeah,
but
I don't like it.
Me neither. But what I don't like is the terrain. It's like this, dude.
Yeah.
Which makes it really, really hard. So for the past, I don't know how many years now, I've been strictly public land. And thankfully, we have a lot of public around me that's, all over like 15,000 acres and such. So there's a lot of room. But this year, man, 5 days straight, I was out dark to dusk. And I don't know. So I only went out for like 3.5 hours total for archery, which to me is like the bread and butter, my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. Literally, it's my absolute favorite. I sling arrows every single day, no less than 16. Every single day of my life. It's like watching an arrow fly is legitimately like poetry in motion to me. And but I had some things going on. I just couldn't go out for archery. So when I rifle hunt, I can't sit. I won't see nothing. I move more sitting than I do walking. Like it's so bad. But it took me 5 days to bag my deer. And I'll bet you I did plus 12 miles on foot, just like to see at least like 4.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? But the amount of scouting and everything that I did through not on X, but what I use. I forget what I use for this place, but anyhow, doesn't even matter. But like the work that I put in and the homework after hours to just like make everything finally come together.
Yeah.
This was such a rewarding year. I mean, every year is that we get lucky. Yeah. Stars have to be in alignment. It's so freaking hard to get out there and be successful.
Yeah.
But something about this year, man, I don't know what it was, but it was so emotional to me where I shot her and I got up to her. I thanked her, and I was there just staring. It was like hard work really does pay off, man. Like smart, like the things that we learned over the years in the outdoors from the time that we are, 9-10 years old, just like your son, like he's gonna learn a lot from his first experience.
Yeah.
And everything that you learn and you put everything all together, you put it all in a blender, you pour it out, and that's not what you got. You got everything all mixed together that you learned over the years. And so I'm happy he got one. Happy you got your freezer filled. This year for me was just unlike any other for some reason. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Well, we've all been through a lot, and there's one thing is like when you're hunting yourself, we've taken it for granted that food is at our fingertips.
Yeah.
You go through a drive-through, you go to the store, whatever. But when you really sit down and you put in the work, you realize, how much hard work can go into a nice rewarding meal like that. Sustainable, rewarding meal like that. Not just, rolling up into a drive-through or hitting the grocery store, like really putting in that work to get authentic, organic, clean protein like that. I mean,
it's special.
That'll put a smile on your face. Yeah. It'll put a tear in your eye.
And you know what? It legitimately, outside of your effort, is free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's there. That's God's bounty, bro.
Yeah.
It's for you.
And that's how we were.
You just got to put the effort in to go get it.
You just got to. Yeah. Absolutely.
We weren't supposed to roll up on the McDonald's and be like, I
like it.
I want to make schmickin' licking sandwich. And they bring it to you within 45 seconds.
Are we going to coin the schmickin' licking sandwich?
I mean, they do. Like they pull it out 45 seconds, but like you're putting in that work, you're putting in that effort, that studying, the practicing day after day,
No, we don't need Mick Podium Boy now. We can just go out and get our own. It's
hey man, hey, but that sets people like you and me apart.
McVenny sandwich.
What?
McVenison sandwich.
Oh, I thought you said some like Italian dude's name.
McVenny.
It's McVenny.
Yeah, no McRib. Chicken.
No, but it sets us apart because we can do something that provides for our family that other people can't.
Right.
I mean, I can't, but
we will be okay. That's basically what it is.
Well, I mean, it does boil down to that, but no, it's a gratifying experience, man. I had the same experience that you did, but with a turkey a few years ago on the same kind of property that you're talking about. I mean, like this, it was one of the hardest hunts I've ever experienced it myself, being an Eastern hunter. You know what I mean? Like I'm not out there climbing mountains, but
you're not glassing.
No. Well, I was that day.
Yeah.
Those freaking Greenville Hills at my uncle's property. So it was a private property that he owned, but no one hunted it. And rain, and I'm talking, hills like this. You walk 50 yards and you got to stop and rest.
Yeah.
And just I did it for 2 days, and it was the last. I'm hunting until lunchtime, and then I got to go back to Knoxville. And it happened, and it was a Jake. Don't get me wrong, but dude, I was stoked over it.
You were successul. Still, even though it was a Jake, you were successful.
It's freaking awesome, man. Still to this day, I've never jumped up and down over a turkey so much than I did that one. It was awesome.
I'm really excited that you got that experience with your son, because actually this past weekend I was talking with Lola about, like she wants to do it. She's not afraid of it. She likes it. I started taking her out like squirrel hunting and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get her out in the woods and walking around, like, okay, there's where a squirrel is up in the tree, just teaching her things and everything. And funny story for you guys. So last year, I got Cajun Lola from school, and that day prior to that, I was off work. I went out squirrel hunting. I only saw like 2. I was able to bag 1, and I come home. I put it on my front porch. I covered it up with my orange vest. And whenever we pulled in a driveway, I said, "Hey guys, I got a surprise for you. It's underneath the vest there." Right. So baby boy, freaking Cage, he's like, "Oh yeah." So he's running up. His real dad's not really into the outdoors. I've done everything in my power to get him into this,
Right.
Everything. Like I don't know what else I could do. So he's a little bit sensitive to that stuff yet.
Sure.
And so him being excited, him being older, him being faster, he got to the vest first. He pulled it up. He started freaking out, And then here comes little baby girl who was 5 at the time, 6 now. And She picks it up. She's like, "Oh, hi, little buddy," right? And she's like, he's holding
pretty bird.
Yeah,
Pretty
bird. So she's petting it, right? Man, I live. So the town that I live in is full of hills. Like it's nothing but hills. Horrendous in the wintertime. And so I live on like the height on the biggest hill in my town. Nice neighborhood. And I got this 5-year-old playing with this dead squirrel in the front yard. Yes, in the front yard. She's got it by the tail. She's kind of like she got she's like she's
North
gonna
Carolina, come on and raise up.
Yes, she's Petey Pabloing out in my out in my front yard.
Yeah,
with this squirrel running around. I'm like, we are that family. That's us.
right.
That's us.
You damn straight.
So I'm happy that you got that experience because I have one on the way up who's excited, and she's such a daddy's girl, thank goodness, and she's all excited about it. And honestly, I'm sad that I didn't go. I was able to harvest 2 deer this year. Only went out, only got one. I figured that I felt like I didn't need to, but history shows that I always do because this little freaking kid, man. The only reason I was able to put blackout on my venison today was because she wasn't here to eat it. I need to like order some red stag because our season's over now. I need to do
price
something.
Of groceries right now, like lay the deer down because I mean that's a whole other story. That's so expensive.
That's another podcast, buddy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of produce, though, real quick, one of the things that I love to make that I use your product with is charred salsa, right? And high caliber. In that charred salsa, bro, oh my goodness, it is. It's legitimate money in the bank.
I gave you the walnut old fashioned recipe.
Okay,
you got to give us. Not now.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it now. I don't care.
I need that salsa recipe, bro. We love some salsa down here.
Honestly, it's really, really good and it's super, super simple.
Yeah.
Cast iron. I don't own anything but cast iron.
All
right. Cast iron skillet. 4 plum tomatoes.
All right.
Jalapenos.
You
have to have the jalapenos in. I firmly believe that. 1 red onion and red pepper. And I get that thing where it's that skillet where it's like smoking hot.
Screaming.
Right? Yes, legitimately screaming. And I and I'm a big garlic guy. I really like garlic. Hence the high caliber in it, right?
Yeah.
But I do 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, skin on in the skillet.
Okay.
Until they are charred, literally charred. Tomatoes first in the blender, right? Blend them up real quick. Take out the charred onion, take out the charred jalapenos, the green peppers, and then pulse that stuff. Just pulse it until it's at the chunkiness that you want.
Yeah.
Garlic also. And then I throw in the high caliber in there. I do half a lime in there, and then some, not a lot of cilantro, just a little bit of cilantro. I'm not a huge cilantro guy, but it's salsa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta have a little bit.
Right. And then I just pulse that up until the consistency that I want. I let it cool down. And my favorite is after it cools down in the fridge for a while, then I pull it out and it's like
that needs to be on the website.
Like, yeah. Honestly, it's so good, Stace.
So when
it's like a pound and a half too of salsa. Like I weigh it every time. And it's consistently around like the pound and a half.
So with the garlic, do you throw the peel and everything into the blender?
No, I do not.
You pop it
with the charring.
Yeah, so get it charred, and then the garlic will just squeeze right out of the skin.
I have a confession.
That's right. Just pop it out.
Yes, and that's what I do then. Then I throw away the skin.
I thought you were saying that you put the high caliber in jarred salsa, not charred.
Charred.
And when you asked for the recipe, I'm like, what?
I
thought we were talking like, hey, I throw the high caliber in some jarred salsa.
No.
And you're like, give me the recipe. And I'm like, what are you, stupid?
You've seen my pictures. You've seen my food. You know better now.
Yeah.
But
okay, there's it in the jar.
So the high caliber, you just measuring with your heart?
yeah, because I like it. But honestly, if you want complete honesty, it depends if she's gonna be here for it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it has some zing. If she's not here, my heart's pretty full, But if she is here, I do have to turn it back a little bit for her liking.
I got you.
But please try that. It is so good, guys.
Oh, I'm doing it, man. Our boys love salsa.
When we re-listen to this, I'll write that down. Hopefully we can make it, take some pictures, and throw it up on the website if you're cool with it.
Take it and run with it. It is so good.
We'll slap your beautiful face on it too.
Yeah. Author.
That's right.
Todd Orndorff. Podcast.
TODD.
Yeah. Guys, this has been freaking fun, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been great, man. I'm glad we got to come on. It's been a while since we caught up. It's been a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And I already have a request to go back down south, and next time anytime I go that far south, I'm gonna just reroute and stop and see you guys, because that night meant a lot to me, because I don't do stuff like that. Like, I don't hang out with people really. I'm a loner. I've said 1,000 times, but I'm so thankful that after all this time, we finally got to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so fun.
Absolutely. We got the shotgun beers on the back porch.
Yeah, we did.
They were apple beers of all things. Bush apple. That's what it was. But
that's right. Yeah, you're right. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it was fun, man. It was good.
Man.
And all the kids just ran rampant.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about it. Your kids were awesome with her, and that I do appreciate. You guys are just rock stars. So wow. I really appreciate that. I'm really happy that you guys were on here. Thanks for saying yes. I had a feeling that you would, but it's just nice to reconnect. It's nice. You know what it is? It's nice to reload our lives through Reload. And like, we're still here through Reload too. And that's really awesome.
Yes, sir.
So I'm really proud of you guys. Awesome product. For everybody listening, reloadrub.com. Check out their stuff. But if you're not sure if you want to buy it yet, they got the sample packs. They got the travel packs if you want a little bit more. If you got a feeling you might like it but don't want to commit yet, go with the travel packs at least. And they got awesome merch, as I'm wearing, Joel's wearing, Stacy's wearing. Pick the green because that's my favorite. Mm-hmm. And can we just cheers one more time to
absolutely
to a togetherness through the Toddcast, through Reload, and a long-time friendship.
Amen. Amen. Cheers to you, buddy.
Cheers to you guys.
I'm empty.
Well, it's probably good that you're empty, because you thought I put high caliber in jarred salsa.
Jarred salsa. Yeah.
Well, hey, I want to say too, if anybody's, if everybody that's watching and listening, I would, if you want to get to know us, me and Stace, check out our social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, but also you can check out a lot of our videos on YouTube. Find us on there. You can get some great recipes, get to know us and who we are as people.
It's really cool. Like, it's always fun doing a show with like fellow podcasters and fellow people on social media, because there's things you don't even have to say. Like, I didn't have to say, so where can they find you on social media?
Right.
I love when others are in the game too. It makes the job so much easier.
Absolutely, dude.
But, well, guys, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. You guys are rock stars. And you'll be seeing my name. Your dad will be seeing my name soon, because I'm about out of my tank. And I'm completely out of Magnum. And I should get another color shirt, because, like I said, people see me in the same stuff every day. So I'm gonna have to place an order here soon. But thank you guys so much for coming on.
Hey man, we love you. Thank you for having us on, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.